Footy is back. That's right. I'm South Australian footballing icon Tony Modra. No, I'm not. I'm Jaymz Clements. I'm the host of the AFL Today show, your new favourite one-stop shop for all things footy. I'll tell you what, we're still in Adelaide. I think we're just stuck here now, gentlemen.
Are we the only media members left here?
Maybe.
Probably, yeah. Everyone else has already gone out, haven't they?
Go hang out with Luke Darcy, just watch him get roasted again. Anyway, this is the AFL Today show, and joining me for this Gather Round wrap-up is, of course, the two jokers who have been with me at Gather Round all weekend. We've got the Stats boy, fresh off riding the bull at the wool shed last night. Stats guy, what's going on?
Yeah, he told me a few things on how to ride that bull, Jim. Yeah, you did pretty well yourself, I heard as well.
I was all right,
yeah.
I think. A few tins deep.
Yeah, that probably didn't help for you.
Probably loosened me up.
Nah, it's good fun in Adelaide. What's going on?
Yeah, you can ride bulls. Yeah. Watch footy.
Yeah. Watch Celtic even in the soccer. You can do everything.
I got Alex Donnelly here as well.
I think we'd be sick of footy right now, but I'm actually ready to go to another game.
Yeah, wait, is there another game on a Monday?
Let's go.
Can we get another game?
This is it. This is my long-held vibe of just give me more footy.
Absolutely.
Stats guy didn't agree with us that Monday night football should be a thing.
No, well, I don't have to agree with you, but yeah, Monday Night Footy, I don't know about that.
All right, so for everything, of course, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow AFL Today across all the socials, apart from Facebook, where you can see it as the Sports Today show. All the videos from the weekend are up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, we did
100 videos. Yeah.
We did a lot of stuff.
There's still more coming out this week as well, which will be fun.
The Ginnivans were very, very good. Watching Jack Ginnivan get his head taken off everywhere across Adelaide.
Good looking Jack Ginnivan, that one.
But can you smell it? Gather round.
What, the Rock is cooking?
No.
He just got picked to wrestle.
I'll bite. Who is this? The Rock.
Yeah, you just used that joke on Twitter yesterday.
I know.
Yeah.
And it was a good
Some
one.
Dwayne guy.
Story.
All right.
Yeah, Cody.
Quick vibes, gather round.
The best. Should always be in Adelaide.
Absolutely.
After round 4, we still have 3 unbeaten teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The ladder is still a mess, of course, because
2 more weeks.
We've got another bye week next week.
And then
Too many bye weeks.
Following weeks are Demons and Richmond, and then we're done.
Yeah.
until the buys.
Yeah, again.
Rats.
Yeah.
Like round 11.
Yeah. So we won't actually have a right ladder maybe till round 15 or 12 or something like that.
Check back in July.
Yeah, that's just annoying.
GWS will still be unbeaten.
But I believe for the first time ever, we have 4 0-4 teams, because if you think about having the amount of teams that we have, I think we've had ones that are very, very similar, but there's been a draw in there and stuff like that.
Yep.
So you've got 4 inept teams at the very bottom of the ladder. And I think after Gather Round, we can also now look and sort of see that they could all be 0-5 next week as well.
Yep.
Well, yeah, my beloved North Melbourne playing Geelong in Geelong. So that's 0-5 locked in the bag. Unless we're playing West Coast next week, I don't think we're going to get away.
Adelaide.
Carlton. Yeah, Carlton should beat Adelaide as well, yeah.
West Coast against Richmond over in Perth. Jim's going to get Galaxy Brown on that one throughout the week.
He probably will, yeah.
Most definitely. But I think, look, the quick look and the quick vibes, we usually have event sesh. We could just do this and lean into the vibes here. Is quite simply, don't screw this up. This is awesome.
Absolutely.
Just keep doing this. Yeah. Oh, we need 87 gather rounds. We'll make every one gather round. Just lean into this. Yeah. Make it work. It is fantastic.
Not make it work. It works.
It works.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Make it work and just keep it rolling. Yeah. You don't have to screw it.
It's so close. Alex and I were talking about this. We walk out the hotel, any direction, 10 minutes. You're at the central part, then you're at the ground, then you're at Norwood, and it's great.
You're in Norwood.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's awesome.
You can watch the Sunday footy show on the banks of the river.
That was actually really nice.
Outsiders, you can watch AFL Today filming on the bridge.
On the bridge, yeah, the River Torrens.
So the event session is quite simply just keep this in Adelaide. Gather round rolling.
Don't do it in Sydney. Like the dumbest idea ever. Oh, do it over Easter. Well, first of all, the Easter shows at the Sydney Showground. It's not going to work. So you've got one ground, the SCG. And also, it takes an hour to get anywhere in Sydney. Being from Sydney, don't do it. No one will turn up to Carlton Fremantle.
Exactly right.
No one cares.
Yeah,
same as Queensland.
No one will turn
They've got Magic Round. Just let them have that. They've got that for NRL.
Sydney, it's what, a 2.5-hour flight to Adelaide. If you're from Perth, it's a 3-hour flight here. Melbourne's 90 minutes. Like, if you want to get to Adelaide, it is the best spot to do it.
Yep. It's in the middle of everybody. Yeah. The Ballarat of Australia. No, I love it.
That's a bit harsh.
That's great.
It is very fun. But in terms of like other stuff, like just give us a country footy round. That's fine as well.
Yep.
Scatter to the wind.
Oh, love that.
We're playing regional.
To Esperance.
Regional.
I don't even know where that is.
Australia.
Oh, okay.
Go to Geraldstown.
Geraldstown.
Anyway, let's wrap up. Gather round.
Yes.
Remember Thursday?
Yeah.
That feels like 4 weeks ago.
Wasn't great.
It was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
The amount of walking and stuff we've filmed. Adelaide lost this one. Was it 63-78?
Yep.
It was gross.
It was not a great game.
That score does not reflect how this game was. Obviously, Adelaide were down by a lot for most of the game. Bit of a flurry late, but They were horrible, Adelaide. I can't
Winning this game.
believe how bad they're gone. I was predicting them to be right up there this year.
I can. Tex Walker looks like he's 86 years old.
Well, that's the other thing that I've written down. They're relying way too heavily on Tex Walker. You got all these young forwards that were really good last year, and they have been horrible to start this year.
Now, mate, the Thriller's not out there.
No, that doesn't help.
Isn't out there.
Yeah, but you still got Fogarty, you still got Rankin. They're not kicking it. They're getting a fair bit of the ball, but they're just not kicking goals.
What did we say about their midfield before the start of the season? They're boring. They're bland.
Yeah.
Do nothing.
Dawson as well.
Matt
Yeah.
Crouch had 300 possessions in games.
Did nothing.
16.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one.
It's chaos. Whereas the Demons, he had Bailey Fritsch go off.
Yeah, Petrarca was amazing. Yeah.
Cozzy went off, but he just leapt off the ground into someone's face.
Yeah.
Not great. But I don't know. It's not as...
Season's over for Adelaide. I'm saying it now. Season is done.
There was a
I
lot
don't know.
of angry Crows fans after this game.
I know.
West Crows fan.
Yeah,
Just sort of like streaming out of the Adelaide Oval, just going, what are we doing?
At least it was over early for them.
Yeah.
It was over on Thursday. By Friday, they've got the weekend to
Yeah, they can watch another game and then cheer up about something else.
It is one of the great the great vibes of playing on Thursday night. If you get the win, your rest of the weekend set up.
Yeah.
Lose, you forget about it by Saturday.
Exactly.
Anyway, Friday nights. Well, before we move on, Adelaide, 0-4, obviously.
Yep. Demons are flying.
They have a winnable game against Carlton this week. You know how I feel about my beloved Blues, but it's at Marvel.
They got a terrible record there.
It's a tough one. So, whereas the D's 4-1.
4-1, yeah.
Fine.
They were great, yeah. They obviously had that one loss, but
Round zero
exactly against the Swans. So yeah, they're absolutely fine.
They've looked very good since then.
Yeah.
The forward line is firing. They're
Yep.
just sort of doing enough. They had 28 scoring shots in this game, wasn't it? 10-8.
Yeah, they should have won by more. They missed it.
Yeah.
Both teams, I think, in the first half had missed a lot of easy shots.
And the weather was perfect.
Yep.
Just remind
The whole
everyone
weekend
that.
has been.
Yeah.
All right. Friday, Brisbane, 16-16, 112.
Oh.
Melbourne, 42
Can we
points.
skip past this game, Jim, please? Oh, this is not good. Buddy, North Melbourne,
Yes.
again, I knew we were going to lose. Everyone knew that. Brisbane were eventually going to bounce back. They obviously made the grand final last year. But did it have to be by 70 points in the end?
Well, yeah, because they're good. They're an okay football team at the moment. You, sir, are not.
They probably should have won by 100 plus at least as well. Joey, I think, what did he end up kicking? 5 goals, 4. So and he kicked a couple out in the 4 and things like that. He could have had 10.
It's a weird
He could have had 10. It is a weird ground out at Norwood because that straight boundary line.
boundary line,
But, yeah, it's very weird. But yeah, North were horrible. Just a lot of the recruits coming in. You got Dylan Stevens got subbed out. Only had 5 touches in 3 quarters. I was really hoping that Dylan Stevens, Alex and I talked about this at the start of the season.
Great skills.
He's got great skills, but he can't get the ball.
He was awesome for the Swans in the 2022 final.
Yeah.
And then was in and out last year because Braden Campbell's like, I'm awesome.
It doesn't help when he's in a bad team, but just every recruit we get in the last couple of years seems to be crap. So not good by North.
The Lions, look, their midfield is just obviously sort of crushing them over.
Yep.
It was amazing how much, obviously cleaner and better at everything they were than the Roos.
Yeah.
You just say they've got the D's this Thursday at the MCG, so that'll be hey, was that a one-off or, are you back?
They'll get a bit of confidence from this now. They just needed to get a win on the board, I think, Brisbane, because they're still a very good team. I know they started horribly, but surely they're going to bounce back and get a few wins on the board.
Yeah, 1-3 and then a game against the Demons. Pretty tough.
They could be 1-4.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
The second game Friday night, Port Adelaide 111, Essendon 42.
Well, pretty much the same score as the last one.
Where do we start, Jim? Who do we want to go off on first?
The whole of the Essendon
Are
team.
frauds.
Yeah, they are. You said Port were frauds?
Port frauds.
But Essendon are way more frauds.
So that Essendon edge, right? Yeah, it lasted about all of 30 minutes. You guys are absolute frauds. You're fake tough guys. When the going gets tough, you do nothing. Jake Stringer's
Bang.
contract, you didn't even make it to Adelaide. If you didn't have, Zarek, you would have lost by 150 points. But
Yeah.
you guys suck.
Yep.
I think the crazy... So we're at this one as well, obviously.
Zach Merritt was everywhere. He was awesome.
He was good.
The sheer speed of Port Adelaide, I think, is the one that took us... most,
Yeah,
right?
on the counter-attack.
Butters Rosie and Horton Francis was
Best
just,
game of his career, Horn Francis.
just a man amongst boys
Yeah.
at times, which is very fun.
Even though he is a boy.
He's very young. Had a quick ice bath before, but he
I don't think
awesome.
so.
Where's
He
the
was
socks
fantastic.
up? Classic footballer.
Yeah, that's what I wrote in here. He looked like a very old school footballer. He's got the long locks. He's got the socks
Got
up.
the mullet.
Same as Sanders. There's a few young guys starting to wear the socks up again. I like it.
I feel like Langford couldn't get anywhere near the ball.
No,
It's like,
their forward entry, it didn't help Langford in the forward line. Their forward entries were horrible. They're kicking, so just say you got the defender on one side and the forward leading one way, they're kicking it to the opposite way. Yeah.
He's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Sturdy.
Yeah, but the forward entries are just horrible by the Bombers.
They don't run in transition. That's what Essendon's problem is. They don't run when they turn the ball over. Ben McKay's just like, oh crap!
Yeah.
Oh God, what do I do?
The other stat I had in
No,
here
I
was Essendon had 170 handballs to Port Adelaide's 119. They're just overusing.
Wouldn't have thought
overusing.
that, given
No
the
way.
Port transition through the midfield.
Yeah, and Port obviously just got on the boot a bit more, and Bombers are just overusing it. It's really bad.
He just got the football. It's like, I'm the best and most handsome person on this field.
Yep.
Decided to kick bombs.
Yep. 3 votes, handsome awards. C, Rosie.
Also,
All
3
right.
votes in the Brownlow.
Yep.
He smashed it. 36 touches, 3 goals. He was everywhere.
SuperCoach points.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
Incredible gear. Saturday, West Coast, Sydney. How was this one, Alex? 4 to 78, but it was getting very hairy.
Alex was so angry this
You're going to hear
to
all
start.
being punched all the way
That
out.
guy was with me at the pub when we were watching this.
I was like, I'll get your Pepsi Max just to calm you down, Alex.
I was back in a few minutes at Randwick, which helped. But yeah, this wasn't great. But we'll start with the positives for West Coast. Harley Reid was awesome.
Yeah, best game of his career so far, yeah.
Easy was his big game.
Yep.
But fending everyone, broke 7 tackles, laid 7 tackles, kicked a couple of goals. Everyone's going to applaud him as being not the greatest thing that's ever happened at West Coast. He needs to work on his two-way running.
Yeah, you're right.
There was times where he was throwing.
Okay,
Yeah. But
He's right, though, yeah.
Throwing a bit of lip to Chumley
saw that.
and Errol, and Errol was just like, see ya, I'm going to go kick a goal. And he didn't chase.
Yeah,
But
he was awesome, though. Yeah.
outstanding, gets the rising star nom. Behin Machine, Isaac Heenlow, as we
I don't mind him, though. Yeah.
he'll get another 3 votes, 27 and 2. He was just fantastic.
Good for
Concerned about
SuperCoach.
this ones, though.
Yeah, there's ones last 2 weeks.
Hilo, I worry about this.
Why?
I think it should be, yeah.
Yeah, you need to come back on
I
Wednesday.
think that's good. I think that's good.
I don't know. We'll work on
I like him, though.
Workshop it.
But yeah, he'll get another 3 votes. Jeremy McGovern was also fantastic in defence for West Coast. Had about 20 touches by halftime, just taking grabs. The Swans, I think they do need the bye.
Yeah, last 2 weeks, yeah.
But they're 4-1 at the bye.
No, the one thing you can say, I'd be a little bit worried about the Swans fan, but you're getting over the line still. You're winning. You still won pretty comfortably in the
Lost by
end.
what, 6 points last
But
week?
just the skills were really off yesterday for the Swans. There's lots of silly turnovers, and guys that usually are going 80% efficiency were like 50, 60%.
Tom Papley was nowhere. Errol and Isaac Heaney stepped up and got the job done. I think the Swans term thinking they'd win this by 100 points, and it showed in the performance.
Nice.
West Coast will win a couple of games if they play like that.
Yeah.
The lower teams. for sure.
They've got Yo, McGovern, and Reid were all like been killing the last couple of weeks, so you never know. They might be right.
Will they beat Richmond this week?
Jim's going.
You're already talking yourself.
right.
Don't tip him, Jim. Don't tip him.
All right, then we had the one that basically sent my heart booting through.
Oh,
the
my
stratosphere.
gosh.
63-73. Fremantle come up short thanks to the umpires against Carlton. No.
Oh,
Sucked in. Carlton win this one by 10 points in just stupid fashion at the very end of the game. Every Carlton game is just apparently going to try and put me in the hospital
So
this year.
it was obviously.
I know. Bloody.
But everyone said, "Oh, we need a captain's call. We need a captain." No, shut up. We don't. Captain's
The
call,
umpire,
doesn't work.
the umpire was never going to see
So
that.
you're not
It-
explaining what happened, right?
Yeah,
so
so-
he's kicked it off the boot. He goes to Cotchel it.
Hits someone's arm.
Grazes the under.
Aish's arm, yeah.
His arm.
Like clear deflection.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at it from a certain angle, I can understand why you haven't seen that.
Yeah.
And of course, Cottrell's taken the mark. Umpire's paid mark, kicked the goal. It's the carry on afterwards where abuse towards the umpire is a free kick and a 50
Do you guys think things like that, not a captain's call or a challenge, but the guy in the what's it called?
Yeah.
The arc.
No.
Can he say something?
no.
We're not going to get a review everything.
No, I know he doesn't have to review
50
everything.
times a game.
But like those ones, like you're saying when they've marked it out of bounds, like a clear out of bounds.
Ball tracking though.
Yeah, I know, but you could do that with the guy if he just sees it within 2 seconds. Just say there could be a rule where 2 seconds.
By
Yeah.
the time he hits the button,
All right. I'm just asking. I'm just
Are you going to try to turn this into like the review center at the NBA and everything?
I don't think it should happen. I'm just saying your opinion on
A
it.
captain's call, as I saw people say last night, they have it in the NFL and rugby league. Yes, it works in those games because there are so many stoppages in play where you can make the captain's call.
Fair enough, yeah.
Or show the flag challenge.
Yep.
At AFL, it doesn't work. It's unlucky that Freo have lost this game, but also don't swear at an umpire, you numpty.
Yeah. It was always going to be 50. That the AFL said that was the right call. The second one, not the right.
Also,
that
this
first one.
kit matchup sucked.
I liked it. Yeah, I wrote
hated
down
it.
kit matchup.
Freo won.
Freo wearing navy against Carlton.
No, it was black.
Sorry.
It was black.
Black and
yeah.
purple.
I really liked it. Black and then the white and
Didn't
blue
work.
colour.
The white one for Carlton was very nice, though.
Yeah.
The big thing for me and for Carlton is clearances. They're getting smashed in it so far, really. Against Brisbane, Richmond, North, and Freo, they've lost the clearance battle pretty heftily. Sam Walsh will probably help that a little bit.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, obviously Sam Walsh is a bit better than Jack Carroll.
So get on the clearance market. Get into sales. That's what it's about. But the Blues, look, Harry Mackay MIA again, but I think he's just horrible at the Adelaide Oval. So
That's his first bad game as well, so you'll say that.
Ball and dropped it.
Yeah, Jim just going, we're back to last year, aren't we?
I'm just always angry. Just like every Carlton supporter sitting around me, just like head in hand, just going, this guy. We love you, Harry, but jeez.
We didn't talk about the Dock as well. Jeremy Sharp was really good.
Yeah.
He was awesome in SuperCoach. Five was really, Five actually probably had his best game of the year. Probably best game in a while. So Freo are pretty stiff.
I like how you said, Stats goes to me like halfway through third quarter. I haven't seen Strong do much. He only had 36 touches.
Yeah, he was in and under. When you're at the game sometimes, I swear you don't know some of those players. Yeah.
Bulldogs Geelong. Second one of the doubleheader. 95, the Cats get over the Dogs. 91. 95-91.
Game of the round.
Absolute thriller.
Game of the round.
I missed the last half of this because I was at a gig.
You made the wrong choice.
I did.
It did look like a good gig,
Oh,
though.
the gig was awesome.
Yeah.
Though. Like, that's why Gather Round was like, I had sort of like a bit of Adelaide of like every sort of aspect of it. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
How good is the golf? But either way, look, the Dogs take us through this one. Look, it was a weird, it was a very fun first half as well, back and forth. But you're like, the Dogs just aren't getting over the top.
But that's the Western Bulldogs.
And then they came flying back, and that's
Well, that's also Geelong. You say it's the Dogs losing. The Geelong they're playing like they did 2 years ago. They just know how to hold a 2-goal lead. And then the last quarter, the Dogs looked like they were going to run over them, and the defense of Geelong were amazing.
For the last 3 years, the Western Bulldogs have dominated games.
Yeah.
And they haven't won.
Yeah. I wouldn't say they were the better team. They didn't dominate.
The Dogs are getting bevoed.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. McRae starting on the bench, I think, is an absolute joke. He came on
as the sub.
Sorry, as the sub. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I think that's a joke. He's still a really good player.
It's all right. Jack McRae will be at North Melbourne next year.
You could even
average 7 touches.
Yeah, I would love him at North Melbourne.
And he'll average 7 possessions.
Look, it was awesome in this one for the Dogs.
Yeah.
19 clearance.
19 clearances. That is unbelievable.
Can I yell about Norton and Hugo Hagen yet? Honestly, it just doesn't work. They get in each other's way too often. They kick 10 goals between them in 4 games. Honestly, you should know your leading patterns by now, given the fact you've been in the club together for 3 years.
Yeah, I agree with
getting in each other's way. Seriously.
Because when they get it, they can take. When they're on their own, they take big marks. They're pretty good kicks as
Aaron
well.
Norton, whoever signed off on that contract with the Western Bulldogs, seriously, your job must be under review. It looks horrendous right now.
Sweating bullets.
Yeah, because you got Darcy, obviously, that is playing way better. He got 3 goals.
$1 million a year for the next 10 years. Sucked in.
All right.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Jezza, actually.
Oh, Jeremy Cameron.
He had 2 goals, 4, which, don't worry about that, but he had 27 touches, 12 score involvements, so he's awesome.
And Stengel 4 straight.
Yep.
Also, Stats Guy's mate.
Yeah.
Hanging out with him.
Yeah.
Not bad.
We'd be saying that is that the quiet part loud and the loud part quiet?
Oh, I just saw him around in the city.
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
Just mates. Sunday's games, Gold Coast Giants. This game was really, really fun.
Adelaide Hills.
And then GWS sort of ran over them late, 117-89. Good midfield stoush, as we predicted.
There was, yeah.
This was very, very fun.
Back Andrew for Gold Coast. He was awesome.
He was great, yeah.
He could be one of the Gold Coast best players in the next couple of years.
Yeah, he's so fun to watch. 24 touches, I think, 8 marks and lots of intercepts. Yeah,
Toby Green was fantastic.
We said he was going to pop up at one point, Toby.
5 goals. Yeah. It's 9 between him and Hogan, which is awesome. They're forward line, best offense in the comp so far.
Hogan won a Coleman.
Yeah, of course he can.
Yeah, which is crazy to say after a couple of years ago when he wasn't even playing. Yeah, he wasn't even playing.
Watching this game on the awesome big screen outside of the Norwood Oval was very cool.
Yeah, that was great.
Before we went into Richmond St Kilda.
Yes.
That's right. The Saints win this by 7, 67-60. Absolute hilarious game where both sets of fans probably walked away from going, what was that?
The first half was a dumpster fire. Second half was actually really exciting.
The worst half of football.
It was so bad.
Actually, sorry. St Kilda played the worst half of football I've seen a team play.
They did, yeah. At least Richmond were getting some goals out the back. They were really good on the counter-attack. I think Alex was saying that they're going to get a goal in the first half. We were like, could they go goalless? They got a goal, and then Richmond got the goal back, and we're thinking, Richmond could win this. Saints dominated the second half, though.
They were. Max King was everywhere.
Yeah.
Dropping marks, though.
Trey Bolton was everywhere for the Tigers as well. Dusty was fantastic, but
it was the best game of thirds I've ever seen.
It did feel like that local footy game, yeah.
I just needed some wooden bleachers to sit on at Norwood.
That's it. Really good food. Leo was talking up the food, steak sandwiches, square pies.
They did actually have some of the sort of seats around the edge, which is very cool. But the vibes for this of just the local footy, you're watching the reserves play somewhere. It was unreal.
It was fun though, yeah.
Carlton dry tin.
Yeah.
It was great. What a day. So enjoyed that game. Norwood, there's booting the ball out of the...
Jack Higgins,
there was also more score reviews, I reckon, than goals in that game.
Oh, my God.
There was a score review, and then you couldn't see it because the sun was on the camera.
Oh, yeah.
It was just amateur hour for the score review.
As if AFL put in the technology to have the edge at Norwood and Adelaide. I swear to God, they did. It's just some guy in his studio going...
just a voice memo.
Yeah.
But this is a massive win for St Kilda, right? Because, after last week's shellacking, They're now 2-2, and you're just like, what is going on with this team? What if they had, if they had have lost this game, it would have been all over Red
Their
Rover.
one win was against Collingwood. You're like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
They're just a very confounding team of the Saints.
Yeah.
But they were good to pull this off.
They should have won by more.
They showed a lot of grit to win the game.
Yep.
Every fan sitting around us, Ross Lyon really lit into him at halftime.
Except for that one dude who's like, I hate Ross.
Well, he said
so much.
He said in the interview afterwards that it wasn't us in the first quarter. We sent out the aliens after quarter time. I was like, what are you talking about, Ross? he's a weird guy.
Props to the Saints fans around us, though. They were all absolutely just down the leg of their pants.
Yeah. What? There was a lady not even watching the game.
She was like,
oh, great.
It was amazing.
Shout out to the dude in the he had a nice little hat on. I reckon he drank 37 beers through the game. Had the best beer belly ever in the last quarter. Went from Carlton Dry to Jim Beam.
Wow.
That a good.
That's risky.
And then finally, Collingwood Hawthorn. An absolute thriller to finish it off. This game was unreal. 77-72.
You only saw the unreal part. It wasn't an unreal game for 3 quarters. To be fair.
Let's talk about the best part.
The best part was, again, watching Collingwood fans absolutely just fall apart.
I really wish they lost this. Obviously, 5 points came down. Was it 5 goals to nothing Hawks had in the last quarter? How did that even happen?
We were on the hill, Alex and I, watching this all unfold in just delight.
Yeah.
Just delight.
Yes.
No dog in the fight. You're like, this is great. It'd be hilarious.
One of Jim's fans smacked me in the back when Collingwood did something.
Oh, really?
Did back up. He's like, yeah, what? I was like, pretty good.
He was overexcited.
Yeah.
It was great. But yeah, I think you wrote down knife's edge.
Yeah.
And it was exactly what it was for the last, 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, well, what happened? The Pies were cruising to go. He was on fire. Josh Dacos was on fire, and then they
didn't take their chances as well. When they were going forward, and then the Hawks made the most of it.
My check was just having a horrendous game. He's having a horrendous season in general.
Really off for these high standards. Usually you can bank him in for 2 or 3 goals a game, and he just can't get near it at the moment.
Darcy Moore seemed to be back in some decent nick as well. He took a bunch of grabs and spoiling everything, so he looks to be back in form.
Good job by the Pies to get this win, obviously. 2-3 looks a lot better than 1-4.
Yep, they got the bye,
The Hawks, this is the sort of loss you want to see from North.
Yes.
But show you something.
And Hawks.
Hawthorn's still 0-4, and they could get beaten by 100 next week.
They could. That's just the roller coaster of the Hawthorn.
Yes.
Hawthorn Hawks. All right, let's do a quick tipping recap because we went 9 for.
Oh, I'm so annoyed I tipped the Dogs. I did Jim and Galaxy Brain. I got bevoed, guys.
Yeah, you
I got
yourself.
bevoed. My tips got bevoed. Not happy.
Having like a sting, you got bevoed.
It's weird. I feel annoyed that I've got 8 because so many people got 9 this week.
My girlfriend got 9 stats. Go, unlucky.
That's all right. I'll bounce back.
Well, she's unlikely to be your girlfriend.
Oh, I'll make sure.
All right. Looking at the gather round schedule for next year.
Yeah, it's a bit early, boys.
That's a great idea.
It's a bit early, isn't it?
So this is Alex's idea of demotion promotion, but demoting through to playing in the grounds farthest away.
Yeah. So what, do you want to go through which grounds are which?
So obviously, if
Adelaide's
you get smacked at the Adelaide Oval, you go on to either the Adelaide Hills,
Norwood's 40.
and the Barossa Valley's been included for next year as well. So I put one.
I reckon Barossa Valley could be number 1. You get to go to number 1.
Obviously, the Adelaide teams can't get demoted because, they just won't.
I reckon Adelaide should get demoted though.
No, shouldn't Ollie Wines be like the lead marketing dude for the Barossa Valley games?
Well, I think he was.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
He was on a lot of posters that we saw anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Wines.
So demoted teams, Essendon and North Melbourne, they instantly get them.
I'm okay with that.
If you get pumped by 10 goals, you're out. So I can't demote Gold Coast and West Coast because they already played at Adelaide Hills. I'm promoting Brisbane, GWS and Sydney. Because
of course you got Sydney in there. But
the Swans are unbeaten in Gather Round.
Fair enough.
So the schedule next year. Thursday night at the Adelaide Oval, Adelaide versus the Swans.
If you can guess this correctly next year, that'd be pretty
Friday
cool.
Friday Norwood is Richmond and North Melbourne. So North Melbourne.
Friday Norwood. I don't mind
You
that.
can say Norwood
Yeah.
again.
All right, cheers.
Friday, Adelaide Oval, Port and GWS. The Barossa games, Essendon and the Gold Coast. I'm just punting Essendon as far away as possible.
I like that.
Gold Coast there. Adelaide Oval doubleheader, Collingwood and Bulldogs, Carlton and Brisbane.
Oh.
I actually like that because it packs you in. I think what we sort of saw for this doubleheader was that it was kind of a little bit empty sort of for both because it didn't feel like there was a giant amount of...
It was still 45 out of the 50,000 or something.
Carlton and Collingwood.
Yeah.
Carlton and Collingwood on either side of these games.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, yeah.
Adelaide Hills on the Sunday, West Coast and Hawthorn just out there. See you later. Norwood, Saints versus Freo. St Kilda can stay in Norwood. They
like that.
Done. And then the final game, Melbourne versus Geelong in the
Oh, because that's a big... But is that 2 big Melbourne teams in Adelaide?
No, but you might play that one down at GMHBA, Skilled Stadium, whatever they call it, Dinia Park.
Yeah, all right.
I like it. I think we'll just talk that out on one of the other shows this week as well.
Yeah, why not?
Idea.
That's great.
Right, full credit to the boys. Who was the best team of the round that you saw? GWS, I thought the way that they held their sons at arm's length and didn't panic and sort of then just sort of kicked away. It was very
at
cool.
one point,
They did.
didn't they?
And GWS just sort of stayed steady and just like leaned on their dudes, and their dudes were great. So that was my favourite performance. Alex?
Port Adelaide, that was the most impressive win of the weekend. They absolutely pumped Essendon, even though I think Essendon are no good, but the way to do it, they've come out after Jim called them frauds last week, and they've gone whack.
They heard him. Yeah, I'm going Geelong. I know it was against the Dogs, but last season they weren't getting these type of wins. They weren't holding on. Their defense was incredible. Graham Myers, Jeremy Cameron, just a lot of guys stepped up. I said their midfield wasn't very good. Their midfield stepped up against a very good Dogs midfield. So, yeah, their depth is actually better than I thought for Geelong, and they showed that, and I thought that was an amazing win.
Nice one. Best on ground of the week, the Bogatole. Who did I enjoy the most? JHF. Jason Horne-Francis, fantastic.
Ooh.
Love that game. But also Cripper. Patrick Cripps, we didn't break the news that he had his baby. We're on the... Kuda did.
Yeah.
We didn't have service.
On the plane, which is amazing. We couldn't actually tweet that out.
We actually had it before the AFL knew, which is pretty crazy. Yeah.
But he gave her the rock the baby after he cut the top.
I actually called that to stats guy. He was like,
He did, yeah.
Shot. We missed the first 10 minutes. I was like, I bet you Cripper does the baby thing if he kicks it. He missed it, but if we missed it, he kicked like
The other one, and he already did
he'd
it.
already
Yeah.
done it. I was like, yeah.
That's great. All right, stats guy.
Jezza Cameron, we already talked about him. 2 goals for, which isn't great, but 27 disposals, 8 marks, 12 score involvements. Literally, you can play him anywhere. You could put him on the ball. He was playing wing for a bit. You could put him halfback. You could literally put him anywhere on the ground and he'll dominate. So, Jezza Cameron for me.
Nice one, Alex.
Connor Rosé, because he's handsome.
He was really good.
And he kicks 3 goals.
Yeah.
Just so handsome even in person.
I also had a good SuperCoach draft, which helped me out.
Oh, there you go.
Win against our boss. So.
Nice.
Old mate, no mates, very quickly. Fogarty for the Blues.
Dog act.
Bit of a punch to the old
Stats
throat.
guy really swore when that happened. He dropped a lot of 4-letter words.
Hey, yeah. I just don't like when he literally came off the bench. His arm was out before he was off the bench, I reckon. He just got straight into Fife's neck. What are you doing, mate?
Angry.
Oh,
It was a tough,
it's just
tough look.
he was going for the ball,
Yeah.
but
It was just a little late.
it was a lot late.
Stats guy, who's your old mate, no mates?
This is a bit of a random one, but Dan Butler. He should be.
Just a Dan Butt.
I don't know. I just think, oh, mate, no, mates, the whole Saints team are gone. Are you just poking him with his stick? He can do something, mate. He can do something. He's
Maybe.
27 in the prime of his career. He's only had more than 10 touches once in his last 6 matches. Hardly noticed he was even playing yesterday. And I think his teammates and Ross know that he can do better.
Awesome.
He's only kicked 3 goals in his last 6 games. He's close to all Australian level at his best. And I'm happy for him to get dropped from the Saints. Oh, mate, no, mates, everyone's going, you're supposed to be better, mate. That'll help us Saints win some games.
Maybe he needs some more mates.
Yeah, maybe.
Alex.
Matty Nix.
Oh,
Effective extension, you're 0-4, and you don't look like winning a game.
I know.
Tough timing.
I know.
Why I can't stand. We could probably just skip this because I think we've just enjoyed all of Gather Round.
The vibes were sick.
The vibe has been fantastic. There's a lot of I think Alex is making a point of the unbalancing the schedule. Shush. Just suck it up.
It's Victorians complaining, it's uneven. Well, I'm sorry that Victorian teams played 17 games in Victoria.
Exactly, yeah.
One weekend in Adelaide is not going to...
Yeah, we can't complain about footy.
I was about to say, it's the Perth teams, the Sydney teams, and the Queensland teams who could complain, but you know what? They came here and won.
Nice one. And the other one is doing the Mexican wave. What are we doing here?
It was fun. We had fun.
It went for about 11 minutes.
It was a bit dumb that it was a close game, but it was very fun.
All right. The wash as well for SuperCoach after Gather Round. He-Man went massive again.
Oh,
Just
man.
Stuck fat.
Oh,
I'm just very, very happy that I rolled the dice. I'm bringing him in, and it worked. And I'm just so happy.
I still don't have him, which, it's probably the only guy that I missed out on, but that's all right.
Flip side, Nick Martin. Actually, he just took it personally. He just did the Jordan meme. And that's when I
took his personally.
He had me and Jim talking rubbish about it. He was like,
Rosie landed 152. I think it's fascinating to see how the power of midfielders for SuperCoach purposes, basically one will dominate one week and the other one will be bet 100.
Well, Butter's still got 120.
Exactly.
I think
it's awesome.
I used to think this about the Dogs and SuperCoach where you're going, I can't pick them all. You can. You can pick all the... You can even pick Jason Alfred. You can probably pick Willem Drew if you want.
Why not both?
The argument on Friday night, on Thursday night, whenever the game was. It was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I was like, Connor Rosé is better than Zach Butters.
I think Zach Butters is still better.
I love Rosé.
So you guys love him. Recency bias.
Sam Darcy repaid the faith. If you traded in Sam Darcy,
he was great, yeah.
Happy with that.
Yeah, 3 goals.
10 clunk.
Yeah.
As did Harley Reid. There was a lot of people trading Harley Reid out last week.
91.
Very good.
Yeah.
Stick with him. It was Charlie
Comben, yeah. For North. So I've been saying this for ages. We should have played him against Carlton. He was a forward, snapped his leg multiple times in the last couple of years. So he's come back in. We've put him in defence. Big, tall defender, 25 touches, I think 10 marks. only 227,000 and he scored 129. So he's
What about
great.
the dude from the Gold Coast got 120, Closey or whatever.
Closey as well. Yeah, he got 109, I think, and he's only 102,000. So those are the sort of rookie price guys that you want. And Combat, I think, is perfect because literally North are going to cop a lot of inside 50.
I'm trading out with Jackson this week because Sam Darcy's back.
Ooh,
Sean Darcy.
Sean Darcy.
Sean Darcy.
Too many Darcys.
Too many dudes.
Just ask Kane Cool. It's too many Darcys. Tom Stewart had a rough one. Was also getting work done on his hammies.
I've traded out Nick Martin for Tom Stewart and I regret everything.
Nah, he'll still be good, Stuart.
45 for Vlosten because he heard that I traded.
I know. He's like, yo, who did Jim trade in this? Like, oh, I got to go back this week. Oh,
My heart.
unlucky. I thought that would be a good pod.
Wait,
Either
so
way.
we're giving our best on ground for it. We never gave that.
Oh,
The what?
we gave our best on grade each.
Yeah, so who gets
I'm happy to give it to Rosie.
Okay, cool.
Rosie was meant that.
Why not?
All right, there you go. We've gathered around it. We got around it. We gathered round. And gather round was fantastic. Anything else from the vibes from the gentlemen?
No, the weather has been awesome.
I can't wait to get back to my own bed.
I'm keeping that as well.
I'll pay that. But that is it. AFL Today done in Adelaide. Very fun, awesome weekend. Thanks to everyone who made it happen. And thank you to Alex and Liam.
Thank you.
Good weekend. Thanks to Homie behind the camera. He
Yeah,
did
what a
actually
legend.
all the work this weekend.
And social guy Leo.
And
Social guy
Leo was posting,
Leo,
yep.
working on the weekend.
What a man.
You know, in between Kmart shifts. But either way, remember to smash, a like across all of the socials so you can see us doing lots of stuff at Gather Round. It was very fun. Filling in all your footy gaps during the week as well now. You can just scroll through it all, check it out. Facey, IG, X, Threads, whatever. TikTok, YouTube, all the good stuff.
Everywhere.
Subscribe, Sarah, like all of our shows as well in your podcast apps. What do we got? Cricket Today podcast, the Football Today podcast, NBA Australia, and hold all tickets.
Yes.
Get around them like Stewie Lowe, get around a big clunking mark.
Yes.
45 metres out on the wing. Go back.
45 minutes out on the wing.
45 minutes out on an angle. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. On your Stewie Lowe. We're just going to start naming dudes at the end of the show now.
Nathan Burke.
All right. Justin Pickett. We're sticking with Saints. This is great. All right, that's it. Done. We've gathered around. This has been AFL Today Show. This has been a pleasure, I'll tell you. So we will catch you later this week to set you up for the next round of footy. Because footy is back.